And all of this, as negative as it sounds, as gloomy as it might look, it's nothing but faith enacted. And thus, it's a path to healing. And so it's vitally important to pray even a complaint. But there's a couple things to think through. And how do we do that? A couple rules as we close to just make it really practical. When you complain to God, come humble. It's one thing to complain. It's another to recognize that the idea of, I may not have the full picture here, Lord. I'm hurting. I'm angry. I don't see you. I don't feel you. But I acknowledge that I may not have the full picture here. There's a humility to it that's really important. Bring your complaints to God, but come humbly. He's God, you're not. Come humbly. Second, pray the Bible. Use the words of the Scriptures to guide you. There are complaints that are illegitimate, that are over the bounds. I could say to a friend, a good friend, somebody I love, somebody I respect, a complaint and say, I feel like you're being unfair, or I feel like you're not treating me right, or whatever that might be. But it's a different thing altogether to say you are a wicked person. You are not fair. You never treat people right. That's a totally different message than to say, I feel like you're treating me unfairly. To come to God and say, I feel like you're distant. I feel like you're absent. I feel like you've left me alone is very different than saying, you are a God who abandons. You are mean and you are cruel. You are wicked. It's a totally different message. And so there's a complaint that's legit, the expression of our feelings, what it looks like. And to bring that to God is a good thing. And the reason there's a difference is that one is true and one is not. God is not evil. He's not cruel. He's not vindictive. He does not run and abandon us. He is not those things. And to accuse him of that is a lie. It's to participate in a lie. But to say to him, I feel like I'm alone, is truth. There are times we feel like we're in it alone. There are times we just don't know what's going on. And to lay it before God and say, I feel like you've left me. I feel like your promises are not happening. That's true. And so let Scripture give you boundaries. Use the words of the Bible. Take the Psalms of Lament and use them to shape your own prayers. Next, be honest. Luther said the first rule of prayer is don't lie to God. And that's really a good prayer. Good rule. Don't lie to God. Tell him what you're feeling. If you're angry, tell him. If you're scared, tell him. If you're confused or hurt or baffled or alone, tell him. Be honest with God. And finally, don't just complain. It's very important to enter into complaint and to lay that honestly before God, but it's not good to dwell there or live there. Some people, that's where they take and make their home, and that's not healthy or good. We want to enter it, but also recognize that that's not where we're supposed to live. And to ask God, and that's why we will look next week at the idea of request, is to say, I've laid my complaint before you, God, and I need you to help. Help me, Lord. Help me. The songs of lament are precious to us because it gives us permission to be human. And it gives us a freedom from the law religion. It addresses the real world in which we live. It's a broken and hurting world at times. And every one of us at times will feel real hurt. And to have the permission, this laments give us permission to come to God and say, I'm struggling, Lord. I'm struggling. And to say that honestly to him. And in doing that, what you're really doing is saying, I trust you even though I don't understand you. And whenever a person comes to God and says, I trust you, they're on the road to healing.